Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the MDL European qualifying coverage here. What is our third day now of coverage, and we have entered the playoff stage. We are now at the point, single elimination. You lose here, you are done. No more chances to qualify for the major tournament that is the $1 million prize pool on the line, and of course those all-important 1,500 Dota 2 Pro Circuit points as well. I'm BreakyCPK, going to be your host once again throughout today. For today, we got 3 best-of-3 series once again lined up for you. We have both of the initial round matches, and then we have one of the quarterfinal matches as well that will be taking place. So 3 best-of-3s. We're getting it kicked off with our first match of the day. Team Moriarty going up against Mad Lads here in this best-of-3, and I gotta say, I am super excited for this one. Team Moriarty, I've gotten the chance now to cast multiple times. I want to say 3 times in total. They played three different series in the group stages. Of course, most notably, they defeated OG 2-1 in the group stages initially. OG did get their revenge later on yesterday, and they took them out 2-0. But Moriarty, you know, for an open qualifier team especially, that in itself has to be quite a high moment. And we'll see if they can make some kind of miracle run here in the playoffs now. But they're going to have to go up against a solid squad, at least the roster-wise, and that is Mad Lads. Now, on the other side, Mad Lads, of course, this is the new Cinderin squad going into the Dota 2 Pro Circuit season. You got Cinderin, Qualifier, Madera, Biryu, and Keizu. Quite the solid roster, but I got to say they've been a fairly disappointment so far in this event. Overall, they have not won a game yet. They lost their initial series to going in 2-0, and then they lost in the best-of-1 to the other open qualifier team, that is Swiss Quality Gaming. So they're still looking for their first game win, let alone series win. We'll see if they're able to pull it off here against Moriarty. Anyways, the draft is on our way, so let's go ahead and start taking a closer look, seeing what's going on. We got a Sand King first pick, into a Disruptor, Razor coming out, and then the Witch Doctor as well right here. So the initial ban's a little bit interesting, more so from Mad Lads, I would say. You had the Life Stealer thrown on there, the Gyrocopter. I mean, Gyrocopter's not necessarily that crazy to see banned, but at the same time, we usually don't see him banned, right? He's usually one of those heroes that is left open, and that's why we see him as one of the most picked heroes right now in the competitive scene. Just not worthy enough in most cases. But for here, Mad Lads is happy to take him out. We've seen Khan play multiple times for Team Moriarty into success, so maybe not a big surprise necessarily. But yeah, the bans for Moriarty definitely make a lot more sense. Yeah, the Bane, just a comfort support hero for a lot of these teams. Cinderin actually known for playing quite a bit of Bane, so not surprised to see that. And then on top of the other Titan and Omni Knight, just in general, very strong hero. So the Razor pick, though, coming out from Mad Lads, usually we'll see that maybe in response to something like an Omni Knight if it happens to get picked up, but not the case here. Mad Lads happy to pick it up just simply for his own sake, and you know, potentially a strong hero across the board. But we'll see how Moriarty now responds as far as the matchup purposes go. You know, making sure not to pick a hero that maybe will fall victim, especially to that static link of Razor when it comes down to it. Now, the follow-up bans to happen. We have a Naga Siren, Io, there's a Terrorblade. Io ban from Mad Lads. Moriarty's ran Io. I mentioned I've casted 3 different series for them now, and I believe they ran a Wisp at least 2 or 3 different times. So yeah, definitely one of their more comfort heroes. Flash specifically, who happens to be their drafter. He is the one that ends up playing it, you know, has played it pretty well. So definitely Mad Lads doing a bit of research there, I think is fair to say, with that ban coming out. You have Bounty Hunter taken away from Moriarty, meanwhile, on their side. So that's not a hero we're going to see. And interesting Bounty Hunter ban, I will say that, because I'm trying to think back now. They've casted these first couple of days here of this event, and I stuck with just Group A, so I didn't cast anyone from Group B. Mad Lads happening to be from that Group B, one of the 4 teams. But at least in Group A, we did not see Bounty Hunter banned or picked. I really don't recall any of the games that being the case. So one of those kind of interesting, curious bans. Maybe Mad Lads, though, did run it once or twice in the group stages, perhaps. So again, perhaps a respect ban there of sorts. Nyx Assassin, though, is going to be the pickup for Mad Lads. And Nyx Assassin Obviously, kind of a different style of a bounty hunter in a sense. You know, still brings that invis to the table, the scouting presence, and the great setup for openings and looking for and hunting for kills even. So, Nyx Assassin, expect to see him in that position 4 as well, is what you'd usually see. The offlane Nyx Assassin has kind of died off quite a bit, but Keizu, quite the diverse offlane player as well. So, I guess you never really know what he's going to end up playing here. Tiny, now being picked by Team Moriarty, though. Haven't seen a lot of Tiny this event just yet. I feel like it's been because he's been banned, you know, a fair amount. But Moriarty, realizing he's still left open, they'll snatch him up here. And Tiny, obviously, can fall victim to that static link as we were talking about earlier, but the idea that he'll have to jump first, either with the Shadow Blade or the Blink Dagger, get in there, be able to get his combo off, and not necessarily be too concerned about that static link draining him, at least initially. So, kind of a give and take option there for Moriarty. And will he be that position 1 or the position 3 perhaps? That's something we'll have to wait and see as well. So definitely like the 3rd pick, Tiny, from Moriarty. It kind of gives them more options as far as where they need to end up running in. And Mad Lad's going to keep them guessing as well as far as the matchups are concerned. But they have the Razor, so they have that main core there. Figuring it's going to be a position 4 Nyx Assassin, so we probably still do need the Keizu hero. And seeing the lineup you're going against, just a lot of catch, a lot of jump. Themselves, they have Nyx Assassin so far. They have Disruptor for catching with Glimpse. Maybe could still use that beefy frontliner, though, something like a Tidehunter. Okay, and Underlord definitely comes to mind as well. I'm not going to lie, I was going to say Underlord next, but you know what? I was rambling on a little bit too much. But there's the Underlord. So, sure enough, the frontliner is the case here for Mad Lads. Always like to see Underlord once again. I know I stress this every time we've seen him recently, but Underlord's just, it's hard to say underrated now at this point because he is being picked up quite a bit, but his whole skill set is just a strong, there's none of his skills where you're just like, okay, it's so underwhelming. Even the Atrophy Aura, it's one of those, like, you're not necessarily seeing it in action a lot, but at the same time, it's doing plenty. Not only for his plus damage, but negating damage on the other side as well. So, always like to see an Underlord coming out here, in this case, for Mad Lads. So now Moriarty, their 4th pick. You look at Mad Lads' lineup, and I will say the Underlord is a little bit curious in the sense that the theme, again, he's that beefy frontliner, maybe for pushing objectives, but you know, you have a Nyx Assassin, you have a Disruptor, heroes that are going to want to hunt more so than actually look to push objectives. So it's kind of a mixed theme of a lineup right now for Mad Lads. And Moriarty going to settle for the Chaos Knight on the other side. Interesting stuff there. So, again, they're not necessarily picking around the static link presence of Razor. Another showing there with the Chaos Knight pick. But
10 seconds remaining.
As far as Illusion Clear goes, Mad Lads is a little weaker on that. They do have Firestorm from Underlord. Remaining. And the Plasma Field, of course, from Razor can be solid against it. So, it's okay. The Chaos Knight feels a little curious to me. I don't know if this is a standout Chaos Knight game by any means for Moriarty, but they're confident with it. That very likely means it's going to be a position 3 Tiny, and then we're going to have the final pick most likely be that mid option. And speaking of that, Death Prophet taken away from Mad Lads. Tinker for Moriarty. And so Queen of Pain is one hero right off the bat that comes to mind. Again, a hero that's not necessarily concerned at all against the Razor. Like, I feel like they need one of their cores to be good against the Razor, right? Where he's not concerned about the static link. So something like a Quap, something like a Puck even may not be a bad option. More of these magic damage presence.
5 seconds remaining.
Cores for that mid option. Shadow Fiend wouldn't necessarily be the... Shadow Fiend, I guess. Nah, Shadow Fiend would be too susceptible to getting ganked, I feel like. So, maybe not the Shadow Fiend either. Yeah, I think the Quap or the Puck is probably the safer options here. We have seen Nataki play several games of Puck already in this event, so I would probably lean towards that as far as the actual final pick for Moriarty, for the comfort, if anything, and because it's just good on paper once again, but... We'll see what they end up going. Puck would also be great, you know, great synergy with this lineup as a whole. You know, the Dream Coil setup for the Sand King or vice versa, and you have Tiny allowing him to combo down. So Yeah, I really like the puck the more I'm talking
Dire
about it.
team pick.
So naturally they go Venomancer with their final pick. Okay, Venomancer. Curious on that one. And Mad Lads, they're just going to quickly respond with the Lone Druid. Okay. For killing the bear, yeah, I guess this isn't the strongest team for taking out that bear. CK with the Reality Rift pulling and the minus armor being applied, etc. could set up potentially the kill on the bear, but overall, yeah, not necessarily the strongest. So understandable why Mad Lad's pretty confident with that final pick, Lone Druid. Koikva will be playing it. He's known for playing a bit of Lone Druid in his day, and the lineups are set. I gotta say that Venomancer. Again, the Venomancer is the one that's a little bit curious to me now. At the same time, he's okay. Ooh, interesting. So Blink's going to be playing the Venomancer. It will be an offlane Veno. So Tiny is going to end up mid, actually. Really, they're going to send Tiny mid, potentially against the Razor. That seems a little. I'm no analyst expert by any means, but that seems a little mismatch in favor of Razor, I'd figure. Again, simply because of that static link, unless I'm obviously missing something right here. So now, potentially, I mean, they could send Ataki just because he's their mid player. They could send him to the safe lane, but no, they would have sent CK mid, would they? So maybe they could do an aggressive lane with Tiny and just send Venomancer mid anyways. I guess that's still a potential. I would figure they would want Venomancer to match up against the Razor here. He's the best core matchup against the Razor, it feels like, when it comes to that laning phase. And then also what is Mad Lad's going to do, obviously, with the Lone Druid. And where will he set up? So, some mind games definitely going to be happening here, I feel like. We were paused. Yeah, it looked like the screen was actually paused a little bit. So. All right, here we go. Game number 1 of the day. Again, our first of 3 best of 3s coming at you. And obviously, again, I'm doing a solo cast for now, guys. And as I like to say, for my solo cast, I pretty much consider Twitch chat my co-caster. So it's never truly a solo cast in the end. But hopefully throughout the day, I will be joined by co-casters, again, especially with the longer day as far as the schedule is concerned. So going to do my part to make sure to grab somebody throughout the day. To just have a better flow for the cast, if anything. But for now, again, doing the solo thing. Here we go. Game number 1. Nyx Assassin early on. Going to scout some information, or attempt to at least. Oh, that's a lot of pings from the Radiant side. Okay. Tiny's just pinging his own teammate constantly. Ataki. Well, if he's trying to notify him that somebody's there if they saw the Nyx Assassin for a split second. But Buryu, he's going to be fine. He'll just walk away. Yeah, this Mad Lad squad, this is one of those squads where you read the lineup on paper and you get pretty excited for it, right? Where, by the way, Blink's in trouble. He's going to be run down by Link here, and never mind, he's fine. He had that Windlace. A little more move speed to work with, so he's good. You have the ward being placed there very defensively by the Dire side. So Razor, yeah, Madara's heading towards the bottom lane right now. So they're going to send Madara bottom. Who's the core down here? It will be the Chaos Knight. So yeah, the Razor, again, going to try to get, as far as Mad Lads is concerned, they want to get him in the matchup specifically against the Tiny or the Chaos Knight. They're going to go against CK. Tiny will be mid and actually matched up against the Lone Druid. So at the same time, you know, it's not the... They could send Razor mid and be fine, but Lone Druid, they wanted to get that solo experience, of course. And so they're going to send him mid, and he'll do just fine himself. But at least for Tiny's sake, it won't be as annoying in the lane. But again, back down the bottom lane, going to be pretty annoying here for the CK, you figure. Down here now, they do have Sand King and the Witch Doctor protecting him, and that feels like a potential to get some kills, actually. So, and the more I'm looking at this, I don't know if Mad Lads is necessarily setting up to have the greatest time. This seems like a defensive trial lane on the side of Moriarty that's going to both be able to respond really well as well as look to be aggressive. In fact, Sand King's just running at them. Now there goes the link, but it's going to be broken pretty quickly as the cask will prevent Razor from chasing much further. Chaos Knight, he does have the level 1 Chaos Bolt from the beginning. So no doubt the Radiant side is ready to fight. Keeping an eye on the other lanes real quickly, making sure I mean, the other lanes, there definitely should not be kills happening in those other lanes. So I'll keep the camera down here for the most part and hope that I don't miss a first blood in either the mid or the top lane, because pending rotations, there's really no way either of those lanes there should be a kill happening. Is Moriarty going to TI? Well, you never know, right? This TI is still a little bit away, but how about that? Vancouver, baby. We're going to Canada. In case you missed the big news today, coming out not too long ago. TI 8 officially being announced. It's going to be in Vancouver, Canada. I'm super excited for that personally. Of course, I live in the U.S., so I already have a passport, so fairly easier for myself to get there. I know it's visa-wise, it can be a little more difficult for other countries, so hopefully that doesn't prove to be too much of an issue. That's a whole other discussion, though. As Nataki middle lane, he picked up the double damage, but he's taking some good damage himself, actually, from that bear. But so far, you have Tiny 13-4, Lone Druid 8-0. So Nataki's looking pretty good, but Barry rotates in and said, pending rotations, we shouldn't see a first blood in either other lane, but we are going to see it in the middle lane because Nyx Assassin comes in. And Nataki was not ready for that. In fact, back to the bottom lane, though, they know Nyx Assassin is not here, so they're going to go for Razor. In comes the Cask, follow up with the Maledict, and it should be enough for Madara, but at what cost? Khan's in trouble now on that Chaos Knight. Auto attacks from Brio, not enough damage, though. In fact, glimpse back onto the Chaos Knight. It basically helps him, though. He put the Chaos Bolt on his Cinderin. They get the kill to Nyx Assassin. Cinderin, one auto attack from death, but he's going to go in the trees and will survive himself. But a 2-for-0 exchange here at the bottom lane in favor of Moriarty. Yeah, that glimpse back on Disruptor, or from Disruptor even, was a pretty desperate maneuver, almost getting himself killed in the end. Luckily it did not, but that was a good job by Moriarty, capitalizing on the situation, realizing that Nyx Assassin, again, was not there because of the first blood middle lane. So losing their Tiny, but overall getting 2 kills in favor of the CK, who actually only got the 1 assist, interesting enough. Witch Doctor and Sand King are the one that got the actual hero kills. I guess CK was out of range of the Nyx Assassin, or didn't do anything to him to get that assist. Point is, overall team effort working pretty well for Moriarty. Back to the middle lane, though. Again, Qualifier, he was a little bit behind in Taki, but especially now with that kill he's working off of. He's basically closed the gap to just about even. As down here, Nyx Assassin, that's a level 1 Maledict. It's probably going to be enough, though. Caustic Finale applied, yes. Let's take a look at that death summary. Started taking damage at 404. Basically 11 seconds later, he's dead. The slow, painful death between Witch Doctor and Sand King. Dota Plus, everyone. Thanks, Esports Bio, by the way. See you in chat right there. Qualifier, what kind of build are we going to see from him? Well, he's letting us know. He's letting us know in full. And Taki, by the way, that was a root proc coming out. If he gets another one, this is for sure a kill. He may not even need another one, though, at this point. Taki, there's the second root. Gets the kill. Oh, he just simply right-clicks him down. Lone Druid. It reminds me a lot of Lycan with that shapeshift. He just, the good old classic right-click and hope for RNG style play. Tiny, got to be a little bit frustrated. But it's what it is. That's not 2 deaths on him. How's the top lane going? This is the one lane we really haven't referenced too much yet. Underlord 22-8. You had Vino 18-6. You do see Razors up here now, though. So Mad Lads rotating the lanes, realizing that the bottom maybe wasn't necessarily the best setup. And now they've sent Casey to the bottom lane, who's level 5. And has that level 3 Firestorm, level 2 Atrophy Aura. So, yeah, he's actually a pretty difficult kill. It goes without saying. Going to be working on the Hooded Defiance. In fact, he finishes it right there. So, this is definitely a game where Pipe is probably going to be a priority. Crimson Guard's not bad either. Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised to see both items in the end. But I think if you had to make a priority, perhaps the Pipe would be the better one. Underlord, by the way, as I say, it's a difficult kill. They're going to go for it. Reality Rift's pulling. Here comes Nyx Assassin, though. Spite Carapace as well as that stun. Casey's holding his ground. Has a Hooded Defiance. Going to use it right here. Something's being delivered with a crit. Need to be careful with that. Casey, though, he's going to end up falling. Khan survives. He's going back in for the Reality Rift. Nyx Assassin goes down, too. And it's a killing spree right now in favor of Flash, actually, on that Witch Doctor. Yeah, and that was a case of Mad Lads almost throwing themselves at Team Moriarty. They were already numbers-wise not looking the best in the lane. And curious decision to kind of go so aggressive with the Nyx Assassin rotating in and the Underlord, but they were fighting that 2 versus 3. And as beefy as Underlord is, definitely not unkillable. As we saw there. It doesn't even have his boots just yet, by the way, so also a little bit slower. On the other side, Chaos Knight. He's going to finish Power Treads here, and we'll see how he progresses. I assume it's going to be, well, I don't know. This is definitely a game where drums would be very powerful. It's already a lot of action taking place, and of course the armlet, something you got to think about. So drums armlet seems pretty strong. Tiny potentially could be going the drums as well himself, so nothing queued up yet. But yeah, back to Lone Druid again, quick by giving us the answer. He's finished Hand of Midas. He already has it, so his farm is looking pretty good, actually. Mad Lads is going to be relying on Lone Druid's success. Now he's, of course, going the Radiance into the AC. So pretty typical stuff as far as the Lone Druid build is concerned. Witch Doctor rotating in. There's that burst. It's a level 2 Maledict. It's not going to be enough, though, I don't think. Cinnamon glimpses back Flash. Again, I don't think that... Oh, it is enough damage. Wow, Lone Druid takes enough damage in the end. And level 2 Maledict does the job, and now Cinnarin's in trouble. Again, that was... I don't know what the glimpse was about, frankly. It's... if there's another here, like if Nyx Assassin was also there, but clearly Lone Druid was at a point where he was trying to just survive. And so glimpsing back the Witch Doctor, very desperate play, it felt like. Ultimately gets himself killed even, so it's a 7-2 start now in favor of the Radiant side. Keizu does push the bottom tower in, though, but at what cost for him now? He's going to be pulled in with the Reality. That's a Phantasm use and the easy kill to follow onto him right there. You see that upfront burst damage coming up from the Chaos Knight. That's 256 damage each second of those auto attacks. 256, 222, 256. I mean, that's a lot of freaking damage, man, in the span of 3 seconds right there from a CK. Especially this early on in the game when you think about it. So I love that death breakdown, man. That was essentially like 800 plus damage in 3 seconds from the Chaos Knight. Moriarty's looking good across the board. Overall net worth, it's basically even, though, so not to get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at that win probability. Okay, it is a very even game, according to the win chance. Moriarty has a slight advantage, 55 to 45. Underlord is going to prioritize a Crimson Guard first. So talking about that earlier, Underlord is one of these heroes where the double, just massive auras in general are always good for him. So not surprised to eventually see both, but I don't know. Crimson Guard, it's maybe depending on how the game's going there. Chaos Knight is having a pretty good start, so they're worried of his physical presence especially. And obviously Tiny does bring a bit too with that tree grab. But in the earlier fighting, it's safe to say that Pipe is going to be mitigating more, right? So I don't think there's a wrong decision, though, to be fair. But yeah, you're dealing with a Venomancer who we really haven't touched on too much, but he's is he going Helm of the Dominator, actually? I think he is, yeah. Okay, so we're going to see Helm of the Dominator Venomancer. I assume somebody's getting drums. There's going to be an armlet on Chaos Knight. Is Tiny going drums? We don't know yet. He's gotten plenty of build-up here. Tiny is third right now in the game as far as farm goes, just over 10 minutes in. $2K caster. What did I say wrong? I probably said plenty wrong. I'm not 2K, I'm 3K, damn it. Respect my authority. Or something. Smoke play coming out from the Radiant side. It's Witch Doctor and Tiny. They're heading towards the bottom lane. It looks like Lone Druid's down there for now. So Lone Druid Koikva, he's still pushing up. He has 2,000 gold saved up currently. Got to be a little careful. See, he's hiding right now, has the bear down, and now he's attacking, so they know he's in the area. Just a matter of finding him. Will they find him? Koikva's going to go for the TP. Oh, just it's a stump with the Savage Roar. Nataki, I thought the Blind Avalanche was coming out for sure, but it does not. So good getaway from Koikva. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Cinnarin's in trouble. It's collapsed on, throws on a connect field, hoping for some teammate support. Not going to get it in time. Ida Storm, though, activated from Madara. There goes that Poison Nova, though. In comes the Epicenter. Furyu pops the Spike Carapace. They get the counter razor. They take out Feno, but they lose the Nyx Assassin as well. As Flash comes in at the last second. So, obviously, a better exchange for the Radiant side. Wait, Madara got out? Oh, he TP'd. Oh, wow. He TP'd in the midst of that whole fight. Didn't even realize that. Okay. Oh, well played by Madara then to actually escape there. But still, numbers-wise, a 2-for-1. That's Venomancer impact for you. He's going to be dying. He presses R. Okay, so maybe he's just sitting on a Gloves of Haste currently. Or something on the Courier front. Okay, I was going to say, where's the Helm of the Dominator? He actually didn't get it yet. The Courier was delivering out here, so he will eventually have it. And Tiny is going to be going to Blink earlier on in this game. Top lane, Keizu. There's the Reality Rift opening. The Phantasm again. That burst damage on the Underlord. This is Underlord we're talking about. Just getting bursted down, even with the Atchfiora. Not going to matter. Again, look at that, 381, 332. Like, that's in 2 seconds. He dealt over 700 damage at 12.5 minutes into the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's cray-cray. Razor is going to be going to Yules. That's a different style of build.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yules is pretty good for the Purge here as Bryu goes down up at the top lane. Wow, that was quite the dive. All the way over there. Flash gets credit for it. Maledict looks like, I'm sure, taking him down. Oh, yeah, that was a Death Ward. No, Death Ward was from earlier. So just a level 4 Maledict. Follow-up damage gets the kill. Bottom lane, Disruptor. He's just walking away. He'll be fine. Mad Lads, though, again, just trying to stop the bleed as much as they can while Lone Druid farms his Radiance. He is almost there. As Venomancer does finish the Helm of the Dominator now. He currently has a Satyr Vanisher, so has that Purge to work with. As Nyx Assassin again. Oh, he's limping away, man. Illusionist trying to catch up to him. No blink just yet. He's going to pop the Shrine, runs into Witch Doctor, the Maledict comes out. That's an easy kill. And that's a wasted Shrine.
Has been killed.
Radiant Courier gets killed meanwhile. So Venomancer, I believe, yeah, Venomancer was delivering the drums out to him and ends up losing the Courier. So good pick off there for Mad Lads as they take out the drum completion. You also heard Underlord Dark Rifting to the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fortunately not resulting in too much, though. But Quickfoot's actually going to have a pretty good timing on that Radiance. He's 7,500 gold saved, or 7,500 net worth, excuse me. Saved up, that would be insane. As that's a kill middle lane. This Nyx Assassin just keeps getting found, apparently. Tiny, that's 3 deaths in the span of, it feels like 3 minutes. Nyx's impact is not too good. In fact, yeah, he's only level 5. Ouch. He does not have Vendetta yet at 15 minutes into the game.
Dire's top tower
that is not good news for Mad Lads. And now you have Sand King finishing a Blink Dagger soon. You have Chaos Knight pushing in the top tower. So Courier is still dead for 1:45, but once that Courier's back up especially, Moriarty's going to get a surge of items. So Razor does finish the Yules, and whenever you see a Razor pick up a Yules, it feels like a very desperate play, but again, it kind of makes sense. It does have saving capabilities for himself. And the Purge is nice. As CK's going too deep. He's in trouble. He went way too deep right there. That's... Again, the Nyx Assassin, he's had all these back-to-back deaths, and Chaos Knight just figured it was a free another kill, but obviously not the case. And if you're Moriarty, that's the last thing you can be doing right now, is just throwing away a kill like that, or throwing away your own life, and that's on the Chaos Knight of all heroes, too. He does finish the Echo Saber. He right-clicks the Echo Saber as he dies, though, so I guess that's the good news, but... giving Mad Lads a little bit of time at least, as the Radiance is pretty much here. He just needs to go to the secret shop and make that purchase very soon. But yeah, Madara, with that Yules, you do see how fast he's running out too, especially. I mean, again, that move speed increase. He's gliding around at 416 move speed currently.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Gonna get more even with the level 15 talent, I'm sure.
Under attack.
As Tiny working on the Shadow Blade now. 10 more seconds before that courier's back up, by the way. Underlord top lane. Is he going somewhere bottom?
Radiant's middle tower has
They're going middle lane, actually. Wait, no, he went back to base.
Qualifier
just pushing out middle tower, meanwhile.
Radiant's middle tower
The Radiant's finish. He's going for the mid-tier too, so going to force a decision time out of Mad Lads, and this is where we're going to start seeing more of the Lone Druid split push now, especially with that Radiance finished. Top lane. Poison Nova gets off. Nyx Assassin probably going to end up dying, but it helps to set up the kill onto Venomancer. At least that cask bounce back and forth, though, with the Death Ward, and Sand King helping. The Yules ain't going to save him there. 3 for 1. Once again, Venomancer dying, but doing his job in a sense. He finishes the drums. He gets a 4-staff as well. You just see the network start to shoot up here as that courier respawns on top of that. So Vanguard just finished on Underlord. So the Crimson Guard is getting there. But this is an interesting spot for Moriarty to be in. Because, again, they're dealing with the Radiance Bear now. They have a 5,000 net worth lead, which, of course, is great. But they definitely need to keep up the pressure, it feels like. Because the second they kind of sit back and try to be more comfortable in this game as far as farming goes, it just feels like that's going to be more of an opening for Lone Druid to do his thing. And as I say that, it seems like they understand. They're going to keep going pretty aggressive here. Nataki, Avalanches initially, now falling back. Nyx Assassin coming in with that Vendetta. They're going to open up on a Witch Doctor. As he was a little bit too deep. Out comes the Epicenter, though, from Sand King. You see Tiny's thinking about it. He does go back in with the Blade. They get the kill onto the Disruptor at least, but the Plasma will hit on a Sand King and connect for that kill. Meanwhile, Khan, he's in the back lines. Reality Rift does have his Phantasm. Only one illusion, it looks like, currently goes on a Keizu. Probably not your best targeted choice, and they're going to lose the Chaos Knight as well. Qualifier, he's also in that bear form. He's feeling pretty tanky. Dark Rift going to try to go for the port out. It's in time, and Qualifier will survive. When it's all said and done, Venomancer did not have Poison Nova ready. If he has it, definitely a kill on multiple heroes, but he did not, and Mad Lads, that's a huge fight for them, really. And especially you saw CK coming in there late. The Phantasm only had the one illusion to work with, and he was getting, and the target choice of going for that Underlord, that's, you know, we've seen him successfully kill him several times in this game, but in a team fight like that, you probably want to focus somebody else. Especially now with that Vanguard finished. Obviously, Venomancer was also a little bit later getting there as well. So, yeah, playing aggressive. They had the right idea. Unfortunately, the execution not necessarily there. So, Mad Lads, though, feeling good about that one. As bottom lane, Underlord, Maledict on him, but Witch Doctor, he's the one that's probably dead here. Keizu. Keep on reinforcing the statement that he's just a massive tank right now. Firestorm will finish the job. That attribute are up to 75 charges here. And the Bear's going to die, though. So Lone Druid will have to resummon, spend that 2-minute cooldown. What's that win probability now? Whew. Look at that. We're almost 75% from Moriarty, and now it's jumped actually in favor of the Dire side. How about that? So Gaben is telling us that Mad Lads right now has a 57-43 chance, despite being down 4,000 net worth. Gotta say, I kind of agree. And it's mainly because of this Lone Druid, right? Lone Druid does this, and he's the one hero on this side that's consistently had great. Oh, actually, if they lose a bear here, that's big. Great Savage Roar, though, and he will keep it alive. So, because again, he did not have the cooldown ready for another bear. blink top lane, he's dead. He has a TP, but there's no way he's getting out of this one. Yeah, run down. 300 gold going the way of Madara as well. Witch Doctor getting some aggressive vision down meanwhile. He's going to glimmer in. How about this setup? Qualifier. Cass going to get a lucky bounce back. He cannot. Qualifier is going to keep on running, but the Death Ward doing plenty. Maledict is on him. That should finish the job, right? Yeah. He's a kill in the end. Very well played by Flash right there. The use of the Glimmer Cape to jumping, and KZ goes down middle lane again. Khan loves killing KZ, man. That is his #1 target, apparently. I don't know if he pissed him off on a stream or something, but he is focus firing him every time in. And for the most part, it's been working. Like I said, that last fight, maybe not necessarily, but right here, it does work out, and they want more. Disruptor goes down, so does Razor. And just like that, 4 heroes are dead on the side of Mad Lads. And they're going to push a tier 2 tower with this now. Will they go back for Roshan, or will they go into the base is the question. They're going to go base. They're already right here. Sand King jumps in very aggressively even.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How about that win chance now? Oh, back in favor of the Radiant.
Are fortified.
So they're going base. Phantasm Army no longer here. CCK, by the way, 3,400 gold saved up, so he's sitting on quite a bit. Static Storm combo. Uh-oh, CK's in trouble. Glimmer Cape trying to keep him alive. Buryu looking to finish the job. Not enough, though. I hear the Dark Rift coming in as Lone Druid trying to run them down. The Radiance. Khan throws out the Chaos Bolt on the bear, just simply trying to run. Nice job with the slow as well from Venomancer. Pops a Poison Nova. Buryu, he's going to end up dying. Maledict taking him down, maybe. No, the pipe keeping him alive. And Buryu will survive, so they pick off Witch Doctor. Good news for Moriarty is the fact that Chaos Knight lives as he walks away. But yeah, the decision to go base. They take out tier 3. I guess overall not too bad. But this does open up Roshan for Mad Lads now. Good decision by them. They're going to rotate right into Roshan, realizing that Moriarty's looking to reset. Oh, you know Sand King wants to make a big play, though. Sand King's ready for this. He jumps in. He jumped in early, though. Illusionist trying to time it. He went way too early, however, and now they know he's here. But there is more coming in. Razor's going pretty deep for this. He pops his BKB, though, as Khan jumps in. He's linking all that damage, and Khan has to respect that. He's trying to run away this whole time. Illusionist has a Pearl Strike ready. BKB's going to be wearing off soon, but actually turns around. So Roshan goes down. Aegis is picked up by Koikfa. And now Madara, they might want to help him out a little bit. Out comes the Epicenter, jumping on a Razor. No more BKB now, but Sand King went a little bit too deep for this. Madara throws himself in the ult, saving for now. Can he somehow still escape? No, he cannot. The auto attacks from Venomancer a little bit too strong off in the flank position. Itaki's fairly low himself, looking to run down the bear even. Gets glimpsed back, and now the Static Storm catching him, but the Shadow Blade keeping him alive for the time being. He's going to somehow sneak away. The lack of vision is real. KZ, by the way, guess what? He finds his buddy in Khan, and he does not like him once again. Khan finishes him off. So Koikfa lives with the Aegis, but numbers-wise, Moriarty wins that fight. Makes it a 3-for-1.
It's a Venomancer enhancer.
What did Chaos Knight buy? Oh, he has the... Wait, does he have a full BKB? Oh my god, he does.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Alright, so CK has the full BKB coming along.
Dire's bottom shrine.
There you go, being delivered. The Venomancer, by the way, Hurricane Pike, drums. Tiny AC's being worked on himself. Lone Druid has finished the AC, I'm guessing. Yep. Yeah, Koikfa, man. 14,000 plus net worth now. Underlord has the double aura here with the pipe as well as the Crimson Guard. What are we looking at with levels? Lone Druid. 10 Spirit Bear armor to go with the 250 life. That bear is pretty difficult to kill, goes without saying, really.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower
Bottom tier 2 going to be cleaned up. by Moriarty, and decision time now again. Did they go base? They are fighting into an Aegis here.
Radiant structures are
that is still on Lodrin. Khan's going to be brought back, by the way. This is big. He gets BKB. He'll be forced to use it. And now he's like, you know what? I want to use this BKB. He goes back in, but with that link, 175 stolen damage. He's essentially doing nothing right now. So yeah, Moriarty cannot fight this. Witch Doctor, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. Will there be more? Blink is also going to get caught. Venomancer, the spiked Carapace stun. He's going to go for the TP. Not in time, though. Yules will catch him, and that should be the end of him as well. So that glimpse back from Cinder and set up those 2 kills and a BKB use on top of that for Chaos Knight. So again, the decision to go even remotely close to pushing tier 3 for Moriarty. I know that they're getting them to fall back, but hanging around a little bit too long. And that's the power of Glimpse. Even if you're just remotely in the area, you'll be brought right back in. Ooh, there's a double damager in here. I don't think anyone sees it currently. They're heading toward, they're going beeline towards the top lane, though. They want to catch a Sand King, and they are going to catch him, damn it. That blink on Razor, the blink Yules. I mean, that's always a good combo to have on any hero, really. So Madara taking advantage of that for the setup. Well played.
Double damage.
And the net worth continues to be in favor of the Radiant side, but something tells me the win probability is back in favor of the Dire. It sure is. 57 to 43 now. It's been quite the journey. Bit of a roller coaster here. A good one at that. Got your dips. This is quite the uphill, man. That's one of those slow uphills where, you know, it's the trek, but then you get to the top and it just dives on down. Look at that steep dive. Got your hands in the air and everything. Got that feeling in your stomach where you're like, whoa, that feels weird. I don't know what I'm saying. Flash. He's dead.
Top tower is under attack.
Time for it.
Tiny's trying to make sure to get away. Man, how about Mad Lads? They're just controlling the map right now. They're just using these blinks, constantly catching anyone of Moriarty that remotely steps out of their base. So all of a sudden, Mad Lads just has total control, it feels like. I mean, you look at the vision as the Aegis gets reclaimed. There's a couple of wards out right now for Moriarty, but Mad Lads has very aggressive vision. One up at the top, one here in the middle. They're really controlling right now, and Lone Druid's also going to have a Basher just about finished here. Just about even picked up. Oh, they spawn under the lore, but again, it's a risky choice. They jump in. BKB committed for this. They want to take him out, but the Crimson Guard in response. And now Khan, he's in that Sack Storm running out. The Link is up once again, so he has to run as he's essentially a walking melee crib. Hell, he's even worse at this point. Not doing any damage. He's just simply run, baby. In the backline, so they pick off the Underlord finally, but Sand King has to make his way out too. So CK will survive, actually. Mad Lad's got a little bit too focused fired, chasing down that CK, not getting the kill, and now Cinderen's going to get jumped by Tiny. He goes down as well. They lose 2, they lose 3, they lose 4! All of a sudden, welcome to Venomancer, helping to tick down as well with all that dot damage, and Koikva, the sole survivor. He does have his bear still as he brings it back. I mean, that looks so good there for Mad Lads initially. The fact that CK, though, again, he just simply ran that whole time because of the Link. I mean, again, he was hitting for nothing, but at the same time, Mad Lads just kept on trying to chase. That they got the tunnel vision syndrome. They went right after him, and everyone was getting picked off around, it seemed like. It's one of those cases. I mean, the Link alone is enough to take care of Chaos Knight. You link him up and then look to focus others, especially after the last fight almost goes without saying.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
This is game 1 of the day, guys. We have quite the back and forth battle now, continuing to happen.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
No gems just
Dire's
yet.
top shrine has fallen.
Getting to that point of the game where that could be something that, especially more so for the Radiant side, you know, will actually help both sides. I mean, you got the Shadowblade Tiny, you have Nyx Assassin on the other side. I feel like gems are something that should be starting to be looked at as far as a higher priority. Burya, though, he's got the Solar Crest. He's going to Yules himself. Even has a casual Buckler as well. Kind of like that. It's, again, you're going up against a CK. Plenty of physical from him, as well as Tiny for that matter. It's a nice casual Buckler for the team. We're going top lane. Sure are. Going to the bear. Trying to catch somebody at the creep wave. Sand King stuns in. He does not realize all 5 heroes are here, though. In comes a Poison Nova from a distance. But they're going to lose Sand King. They're going to catch Venomancer now, too. Buyback on Sand King. Wow. That was a very greedy buyback. I mean, Venom was already dead. I mean, I guess with the Poison Nova, they were hoping to capitalize on that. But, yeah, there was no way he was getting there in time. So they lose both. They buy back on Sand King. So now he's got that to deal with, which, by the way, we are seeing a little bit of that change. That patch yesterday, doing all that math, I have no clue what it actually means, but the one big thing was no more reduction as far as farm goes when you do buy back, so obviously there's no debuff on Sand King currently. But yeah, it had to do with all the buyback situation and the math there, as well as the killing, especially supports on teams that have big carries. It wouldn't necessarily give you a big bounty just because the one hero has crazy farm. It's going to be less of a bounty now. The supports are ultimately going to be worth less, which means, you know, killing them is not as big of a deal later on in the game. Was what I got from the patch, at least. Could be completely wrong. Lone Druid, obviously he has where the hell's the bear? It's over here. He's got the Basher, got a Desolator. Is it Axe time? It feels like it's Axe time for your Qualifier. Basically has a full slotted bear. Got a glimpse on somebody, but oh, Sand King, there you go. He's trying to run away. It's Khan jumps in once again, going for the blow-up on Underlord. I tell you, he hates Kazu, man. He really wants to blow him up. We saw what happened last time. It kind of worked out for them. The Link once again up on Khan, though. It's like rinse and repeat, freaking man. You got the kill on Underlord as the epicenter from Sand King jumps in, so they lose Khan on the Chaos Knight. Nataki is off in a fight in his own, by the way, against a Lone Druid and the Nyx Assassin. Back over here, Madara. Those the Yos up on a Sand King, now turning attention to Flash. He does have 280 stolen damage, and he's going to use it right there to take out Witch Doctor before he does fall, though. So split fight happening. Really a 3-for-3 exchange between the teams. Continuing to just go and blow up the Underlord. It's not even really blowing up anymore. It's taken a bit of time to do so. But I guess he's really the only one that's, for obvious reasons, sitting in the front, so he's kind of just taking it. Taking what they get kind of deal.
Invisibility.
This is a free Roshan kill, though. That's going to be Cheese. Picked up here as well. I want to see if Roshan means the win percentage jumps up. No, it still sits at the same percentage, actually, 57-43 for the Dire. And again, we have quite the theme this game. You know, looking pretty good, then not so much. Looking pretty good, not so much. The Bear's going to die here, by the way. Oh, Lone Druid doesn't have a resummon for 20 seconds, so a little bit of an opening, but not nearly enough for the Radiant side.
Conductor.
I'll take that.
There's that gem pickup. Nyx Assassin using it beautifully to counter ward there. So you look at the map presence right now from the Radiant side. Very defensive ward. That's really it, though. On the other side, also a pretty dark map, though. So neither side has a has good vision necessarily. Is that an Ethereal Blade? It sure is. Venomancer picking up an Ethereal Blade. Okay. Got some heavy burst now, but also defensive tool if need be.
Radiant are scanning.
How's Chaos Knight developed? He's sitting on 3,500 gold, so he's trying to finish a heart now, which definitely will be important. Levels. See some level 20 talents starting to come out. -7-second tree grab. Venomancer with the Gale Hero Impact summons 2 wards. Okay. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So he goes that over the 7-second poison over duration. See, this is where I wish Dota Plus actually showed percentages out of curiosity. Because 7-second poison over duration seems pretty strong. Right now it's lasting 16 seconds, so I guess there's the argument, it's like, if they're not dead by those 16 seconds, then is it really, you know, enough? But, kinda. That's like the whole point of Poison Nova, isn't it? No, it's overtime. Anyways, Venomancer, speaking of him, he gets caught. And he did. 80 seconds. Has a buyback. Lone Druid, -25-second Battle Cry cooldown. You have Razor, who actually went the Static Link's damage steal, which has been very impactful this game, and then Eye of the Storm, a strike interval, excuse me, picked up as well, over the armor even. All right, into the base we go, though. For the Dire side, out comes the Epicenter. Pretty good one at that. The pull, and this time he goes for Razor, and Razor's getting blown up like it's freaking hot. He goes down, actually. Keizu doing what he can, standing his ground with that Crimson Guard popped. He pops the cheese, actually, to stay alive even further, but down goes Disruptor. Koikva, he's starting to run. The Bear isn't even up. I don't even see the Bear currently. It looks like they killed it off, and Koikva, realizing that it's a lost cause, he's going to go down. He does have an Aegis, of course, but he's going to get blown up after the fact. I mean, he has another Bear Summon, but there's no way he uses it, right? Okay, well, he does. Oh, he has an Axe. I was going to say. Does he really do that? But, yeah, this is where it's curious now, because if they kill the Bear... Oh, no. They're going to kill the Bear, aren't they? He can't get this Bear away. So now that's going to be on cooldown for 100 more seconds. I mean, he's dead for 65 anyway, so it's essentially like a 40-second cooldown, but still, that's quite a bit. And this is Moriarty needing to capitalize now, but go figure. Go figure, CK jumps finally somebody else other than the Underlord, and it works out pretty damn well. I'm just saying. Might be a theme there. Specifically the Razor, by the way. For how much, because that's been the biggest thing. He jumps Underlord, and then Razor just links all his damage. But this time he jumped Razor, and Razor's like, what do I do? Well, not much. So hard finished on Khan now. You have Buryu. He's just sitting nearby. He does have an Axe, actually, so we'll be able to burrow and delay this as much as he can. Underlord's up in 3, so the middle rack's already going down. Top rack's probably going to fall as well at this rate. Underlord's porting in. They're fighting this without the Lone Druid. That's a risky play, but they kind of have to, I guess. Madara puts a link up on a Khan, so he's stealing plenty of damage, 148 to be exact. Glimpse back. No, BKB use will prevent him from going back. And Moriarty's going to smoke out, actually. It's Roshan. No, Roshan's definitely not up. So plenty of damage done, though, from Moriarty. They clear out the mid. They get the top tower.
I'll take your tribute.
Win probability. Woo. Back in favor. 69 to 31. But knowing how the trend's going, we're going to see it dip back down, right? So Mad Lash, just a matter of another strong fight for them, really. Lone Druid again with that Ags. Getting level 25 is going to be important. Battlecry grants spell immunity. Obviously, that's, I assume, I think we could safely assume that's going to be his choice, especially with the Battlecry cooldown. What other level 25s do we have coming up? Chaos Knight. -7 Reality Rift armor reduction, I would guess. Venomancer getting his level 25. $23.5 for Tiny. Moriarty's going to reset, though, back in their base, and something tells me Roshan's going to be the next huge fight here. It will be the third Roshan, so the Refresher Shard on top of that, of course. Look at Sand King also going an Ethereal Blade. Not often you see Ethereal Blades being stacked on a team. But Venomancer's had his for a while, and you have Sand King now going one.
Now my enemies pay.
Nyx. Oh, they see the Glimmer Witch Doctor. Unfortunately, Impale's going to miss, though. Not the easiest to land it on Nyx assassin. He's going to get blown out from Khan. Tiny. He jumps into the backlines, but Dark gets bursted out of Half-Life. He has to pop his BKB and run out Dark Rift. Will it be in time? Will it be successful? Epicenter going off in the background. So Taki's like, where did everyone go? The Uber's out, though, to safety. So Ode loses Nyx before falling back. But look at this Phantasm army. He got the max spawn, 4 illusions. Obviously, no Roshan yet. 30 seconds before he's even possibly up. But definitely wanting to use these illusions. He's going to go right to the top lane. They do have a creep wave pushing mid. So they're going to try to use the illusions to push the top racks here. There is no fortification as well. So here we go with the army. Nope, never mind. It's gone. The attempt was real.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And here we go with Lone Druid, especially now with that Ags, of course. The game of Rat is here, of Rat Dota. That's definitely going to be the win condition of Mad Lads, is safe to say, especially at the circumstance of this game. Smoke play here from Mad Lads, actually. It's the Bears at the top lane. He's trying to keep it alive against the Witch Doctor Tiny. Oh, a little bit too fast.
Haste.
Goes the other direction.
Regeneration.
Yeah, Witch Doctor has a freaking Axe now finished, by the way. So the True Strike and the bounces between enemies.
Radiant are scanning.
Pretty good. On that death ward there. Veno gets caught. Poison Nova, though. BKB, yeah. This is a dangerous commitment for Mad Lads. They need to be careful not to overcommit. That cask bouncing around, and now we see Madara's realizing he has to be careful. He pops his own BKB. The Ethereal Blade opening on him. He's running. BKB's wearing off. You see the burrow from Nyx Assassin. In the backlines, and Taki goes in further. His BKB pop now. The Crimson Guard keeping Madara alive just barely for the time being. The Yul's up. He will be fine, it looks like. Buryu just sitting in that burrow. Plenty tanky, of course. The Taki ended up going too far. He's dead for 90 seconds. No buyback. So overcommitment at its finest. In comes an Epicenter, though, but really hitting nobody other than the Burrow Nyx Assassin. Back here, Chaos Knight doing what he can against the Bear, but the Bear's almost winning the battle, it feels like. And Khan has to respect that. Now he turns his attention to Buryu. Buryu limping away. Going to burrow once again. No, it's not in time, but Khan, he is dropping still. Cinderin even throwing down a kinetic field. Hoping for the best. I hear the Dark Rift coming back in, actually. From Kazu, he brings back in Madara. Now Khan, he's going to feel the burn from that. 80 seconds he's dead for. Buyback is ready, though. Witch Doctor 2 goes down. So Madara gets reset with the Underlord. And they Dark Rift back in. Very well played by Mad Lads. Again, a dangerous initiation on the Venomancer initially, but they reset. Moriarty seemed a little scattered in that fight as far as when to jump in. And now you have 3 heroes dead, 2 of them with no buyback for 30-plus seconds. So Mad Lads has a big opening here. CK, does he buy back for this? I mean, no Poison Over from Veno. He doesn't have his Phantasm for 80 seconds. Probably doesn't, because what would he really be doing? It's going to be up to Sand King and Veno to delay this as much as possible. There we go with the buyback, though. So going to make a desperate play. Madara did go very deep, so If anything, that's perhaps why. Now he's turning his around, realizing maybe too far. Chaos Knight, Reality Rift in, pops his own BKB. Gonna wear off soon, though. It's a short duration. Sand King died, ends up buying back immediately. And all they lose is the tower, actually. So between the wards, the buybacks, it is enough to keep Mad Lads from truly pushing in the bottom base. But you know what? Something felt like it was a little off there. So focused on that bottom lane, just as Moriarty was. By the way, their top's gone. And that's because that's what Lone Druid was doing. So, yeah, I was a little surprised to see that not work as well, but that makes more sense. Lone Druid taking out the top portion of the base meanwhile. So, huge, huge, huge for Mad Lads there. And as projected, as this graph has been suggesting, the up and down win percentage, win chance, is now at its biggest chance for the Dire team, and for good reason. Because, again, the Lone Druid impact, and they have the Underlord Dark Rift as well. Just the map control of going from one place to the next on the map. And you see right here, they're going to go to the bear at the top lane. Oh, no. They're going to catch Sand King as well. Beautiful initiation from Mad Lads, playing so smart right now. Nataki, he's got the invis with the Shadow Blade. That's not going to matter, though. Dust eventually comes out. They're going to run him down, and Nataki is going to fall. Roshan's up, by the way. They'll probably transition nicely into that as a glimpse back brings back Witch Doctor. Going to get him killed as well. No buybacks on any of those three heroes right now. You see a line being drawn mid by Moriarty, trying to make a good point. Like, we just got to finish this game. And I can't blame them. Yep, Chaos Knight and Veno, this is their only chance. They're just going to go right towards mid-tier 4. They do have a creep wave, so Mad Lads is coming in here. We have a bit of a race on our hands. Mad Lads, I'm sure they're going to send back somebody, right? Maybe the Razor. Here we go, the Phantasm Army, though. The Bear's being sent back for now. Fortification being used. They're going to go for the kill on the Bear. BKP, though, he's fine for the time being. The tier 4, the top one, getting lower. Khan, though, now he's found. The link is up. His own BKB is not going to do much here. And eventually, he is going to fall. So, desperate maneuver. Understandable. Not going to work, though. Meanwhile, back at the base of the Radiant side, GGs are just going to be called. And that will be official. So, Mad Lads takes game number 1 here against Team Moriarty in this best of 3. That was a game of swing, man. You see it ultimately going in favor of Mad Lads, but we had so many lead changes this game of just the back and forth between either side. But Qualifier Lone Druid, and I got to say that the movement later on, especially with the Dark Rift use of Underlord, was very nice to watch from the Mad Lads perspective right there. So Team Moriarty, again, when it came to being able to blow some people up, they were doing that, especially with the CK initiation, but winning the ultimate fight wasn't really happening enough, at least. So in the end, 1-0 lead for Mad Lads here in this best of 3 series. This is the MDL European region coverage, our first round of the playoffs now. Again, we're at a point where it is single elimination, excuse me. So you lose this, you are actually out of the major qualifiers. You win this, staying alive, moving forward. I'm BreakyCPK, your caster. Stay tuned, guys. We got game number 2 going to be coming up next.